Imagine a ship laden with more gold, jewels, and precious artifacts than any vessel before or since. A treasure so immense it could rewrite the economic history of nations. Now imagine that ship and its unimaginable wealth vanishing beneath the waves, swallowed by the ocean in a single catastrophic night. For over 500 years, this isn't just a tale of pirates or lost fortunes. It's the enduring enigma of the Flor de la Mar, the flower of the sea. And its treasure, if ever found, would be the greatest discovery in maritime history. Get ready, because today, we dive deep into the legend, the facts, and the tantalizing clues surrounding the lost treasure of the Flor de la Mar. To truly appreciate the magnitude of the Flor de la Mar's loss, we need to transport ourselves back to the early 16th century. This was the dawn of the Age of Exploration, a time when European powers, particularly Portugal, were racing to establish dominion over the lucrative spice trade routes to the east. Portugal, under visionary leaders like Prince Henry the Navigator and later King Manuel I, had painstakingly built an empire stretching from the coasts of Africa to the fabled spice islands of Indonesia. They were masters of the sea, their caravels and carracks pushing the boundaries of the known world, bypassing the traditional land routes controlled by Venice and Genoa, and bringing unprecedented wealth back to Lisbon. Their hunger for exotic spices, silks, and precious metals was insatiable, fueling an economic boom that transformed Portugal into a global superpower. But this expansion came at a price, and one of the most significant figures in this ambitious endeavor was a man whose name would become inextricably linked with the Flor de la Mar: Afonso de Albuquerque. Afonso de Albuquerque was no ordinary explorer. He was a brilliant, ruthless, and highly ambitious military strategist, often referred to as the Portuguese Mars or the Lion of the Seas. His vision was to create a chain of fortified naval bases across the Indian Ocean, effectively controlling all maritime trade. His ultimate prize? Malacca. Malacca, located on the Malay Peninsula, was at the time one of the most vital trading ports in all of Asia. It was a bustling nexus where merchants from China, India, Persia, Arabia, and the Spice Islands converged. Spices like cloves, nutmeg, and pepper flowed through its markets, alongside silks, porcelain, precious stones, and gold. Controlling Malacca meant controlling the gateway to the Far East, and Albuquerque knew it. In 1511, after a brutal and protracted siege, Albuquerque's forces captured Malacca from the Sultanate. It was a monumental victory, but one achieved with immense bloodshed and plunder. The city, once a vibrant hub of international commerce, was systematically looted. And it's here, amidst the chaos and the triumph, that our story truly takes shape. The Flor de la Mar, or Flower of the Sea, was a Portuguese carrack, one of the largest and most impressive ships of its time. Launched around 1502, she was a veteran of many voyages, though not without her share of structural issues. She was reportedly over 400 tons, a veritable floating fortress, designed to carry immense cargo and withstand the rigors of the open ocean. After the conquest of Malacca, the Flor de la Mar was designated to carry the most valuable spoils of war back to Portugal. And what spoils they were! Historical accounts, though varying in their exact figures, consistently paint a picture of unimaginable wealth. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of cruzados in gold bullion, gold bars, gold dust, gold coinage. A vast collection of precious jewels, diamonds, rubies, emeralds, sapphires, plundered from the Sultan's treasury and wealthy merchants. The ornate golden artifacts, statues, ceremonial weapons, intricate jewelry, all crafted with exquisite Asian artistry. Rare Chinese porcelain and silks, highly coveted in Europe, representing immense luxury. The spices, though not the primary cargo, a significant amount of high-value spices would undoubtedly have been on board. Some historians estimate the value of the Flor de la Mar's cargo to be equivalent to a significant portion of Portugal's national budget at the time. To put that into modern perspective, imagine a single ship carrying multiple billions of dollars in today's currency. It was, in essence, a floating national treasury. On her return journey, in late 1511, the Flor de la Mar was part of a fleet sailing from Malacca to Goa, a Portuguese stronghold in India. Aboard was Afonso de Albuquerque himself, along with the incredibly valuable cargo. The fleet encountered a terrifying storm near the coast of Sumatra, specifically off the notorious shoals of the Kingdom of Petir, near the present-day coastal city of Piti. The weather rapidly deteriorated. The monsoon season was notoriously violent in these waters, and the Flor de la Mar, already a heavy vessel, found herself battling monstrous waves and relentless winds. Accounts suggest that the ship, perhaps weakened from years of service and the strain of its immense load, began to take on water. In the early hours of December 5, 1511, disaster struck. The Flor de la Mar was slammed against a reef or shoal. The force of the impact was catastrophic. The ship, once the pride of the Portuguese fleet, broke apart rapidly. The immense weight of its cargo, ironically, contributed to its swift demise, dragging the shattered hull and its treasures to the seabed. Afonso de Albuquerque, remarkably, survived the ordeal, clinging to a spar and being rescued by another ship. But the vast majority of the crew, and more importantly, the entirety of the magnificent treasure, vanished beneath the waves, swallowed by the unforgiving Indian Ocean. For over 5 centuries, the Flor de la Mar has remained lost. This isn't just a challenge for treasure hunters. It's a profound historical enigma. Why, despite such an immense treasure at stake, has the ship never been definitively found? The answers are complex and multifaceted. Firstly, the exact location of the sinking has always been a point of contention. Early accounts were vague, and the treacherous currents and shifting sands of the Malacca Strait mean that even if the general area was known, pinpointing a specific wreck site would be incredibly difficult. The seabed here is dynamic, constantly changing. A wreck could be buried under meters of sediment or dispersed over a wide area by strong currents. Secondly, the lack of precise coordinates from the 16th century is a major hurdle. Navigation then was rudimentary compared to today. Eyewitness accounts from survivors might have been distorted by the trauma of the event, or simply lacked the accuracy needed for modern recovery efforts. Over the decades, countless expeditions, both legitimate archaeological ventures and more speculative treasure hunting operations, have been launched. From individual divers with metal detectors to multi-million-dollar corporate efforts employing state-of-the-art sonar and remotely operated vehicles, the allure of the Flor de la Mar has proven irresistible. And here's where the plot thickens even further. While the Flor de la Mar itself remains elusive, the pursuit of its treasure has led to intense international disputes and controversial claims. One of the most prominent figures in this modern-day saga is Michel de Maurepas, a French treasure hunter. De Maurepas has claimed for decades that he has located the wreck and even recovered some artifacts. He's presented tantalizing, though often unverified, evidence. However, his claims have been met with skepticism by many in the archaeological community, and his operations have been shrouded in secrecy. The biggest hurdle for any potential discovery, however, is the question of ownership. The waters where the Flor de la Mar is believed to have sunk fall within the territorial waters of Malaysia. The Malaysian government has asserted its sovereign right to any treasure found within its jurisdiction. This has led to protracted legal battles and diplomatic friction, with Portugal also maintaining a strong claim over its historical heritage. Any successful discovery would immediately trigger an international ownership debate of unprecedented scale. Would the treasure belong to Malaysia, where it rests on the seabed? Would Portugal, as the flag state of the lost vessel, have a legitimate claim? Or would the international community demand a shared heritage approach, given the historical significance and the diverse origins of the treasure? These are not hypothetical questions. They are the very real obstacles that prevent large-scale, open, and collaborative archaeological efforts. Despite the historical difficulties and legal complexities, the scientific and technological advancements of the 21st century offer new hope. Modern marine archaeology utilizes tools that Albuquerque could never have dreamed of. A side-scan sonar, capable of mapping vast areas of the seabed with incredible detail, identifying anomalies that could indicate a shipwreck. A multi-beam echo sounders, creating 3D models of the seafloor, revealing subtle contours and potential hidden structures. A magnetometers, detecting ferrous materials, even if buried deep beneath the sediment, potentially pointing to cannon or anchors. Remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, and autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs equipped with high-definition cameras, manipulators, and sensors. These robots can explore dangerous or deep environments for extended periods, reducing risk to human divers. A satellite imagery and historical map analysis. Overlaying historical data with modern satellite imagery can help refine potential search areas. The sheer scale of the potential treasure and its historical significance mean that the Flor de la Mar remains the ultimate archaeological prize. A discovery would not only yield unimaginable wealth, but also a priceless window into the material culture, trade networks, and political realities of the early 16th century. Imagine the stories that could be told, the insights gained, from studying the very objects that fueled an empire and then disappeared into the abyss. The story of the Flor de la Mar is more than just a tale of lost gold. It's a powerful symbol of the ambition, the brutality, and the sheer audacity of the age of exploration. It speaks to the incredible risks taken, the vast wealth amassed, and the profound impact these voyages had on global history. The ship itself, though lost, is a tangible link to a pivotal moment when the world was being reshaped, when East met West in a clash of empires and cultures. Its rediscovery would not just be a financial windfall. It would be a scientific, historical, and cultural event of global proportions. It would force us to confront questions about ownership, heritage, and the ethics of recovering artifacts from a bygone era. Until then, the Flor de la Mar remains a whispered legend, a haunting phantom of the deep. Its treasure, protected by the ocean's vastness and the shifting sands of time, continues to fuel dreams of discovery and reminds us that some of history's greatest secrets still lie hidden, waiting for the right moment and the right combination of technology, perseverance, and international cooperation to finally be revealed. So, what do you think? Will the Flor de la Mar ever surrender its secrets? Do you believe the treasure is out there, just waiting to be found? Or is it destined to remain a permanent mystery? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this dive into historical mysteries and lost treasures, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep wondering what other incredible secrets lie hidden beneath the waves.